The global music world was shaken by two heartbreaking news at once. Jungkook, the main vocalist of BTS, finally responded emotionally to BTS's repeated Grammy rejection, while at the same time, Taehyung's farewell in the context of his military service created a massive wave of sorrow among ARMYs. What exactly happened behind the scenes? Why did these two major events strike such a deep emotional chord with fans worldwide? The Grammys' rejection of BTS, particularly regarding Jungkook's globally acclaimed solo works, was not merely a technical defeat, but a symbol of structural injustice that remains entrenched in the international music industry. In an exclusive interview released after the nominations announcement, Jungkook openly expressed his disappointment. "We have given our all, trying to represent the voice of this generation, yet somehow our achievements are still deemed insufficient," he stated bitterly. Jungkook's reaction was more than just an emotional outburst. It reflected the long-standing tension between the recognition of Asian pop culture on the world music stage and the old standards that remain largely unchanged. Jungkook's courage to speak openly about this issue serves as a stark warning to the industry. The era of injustice can no longer be considered normal. However, ARMY's sense of loss did not end there. While anger over the Grammys' decision still reverberated, Taehyung, known by his stage name V, officially bid farewell to his fans ahead of his military enlistment. The farewell message he posted was deeply emotional, filled with expressions of gratitude, a promise to return stronger, and an admission that this parting was far more difficult than he had ever imagined. Korean pop culture expert Professor Kim Sung-ho of Seoul National University assessed that ARMY's emotional response to these two events should not be underestimated. BTS is not merely a musical group to their fans. They represent dreams, struggles, and a shared identity. The rejection of BTS on the global stage feels like a rejection of themselves. Similarly, Taehyung's farewell is perceived as a personal loss, he explained. Strategically, many industry observers also questioned why Jungkook's solo works, such as Seven, which dominated the Billboard charts, or Standing Next to You, which achieved global certifications, still failed to gain full Grammy recognition. Data analysis shows that BTS and its members boast streaming numbers, sales, and fan engagement that objectively surpass many other nominees. However, non-technical factors such as institutional bias and cultural politics are believed to still loom large. Meanwhile, Taehyung's farewell became a moment of reflection. Many ARMYs realized that the period without Taehyung's presence in the entertainment world would be a test of loyalty and resilience for the community. In his letter, Taehyung wrote, "I know this journey will be long and lonely, but believe that I will return with more stories, more songs, and more love for you all." These words ignited an explosion of emotion, especially among fans who had followed BTS's journey from the beginning. The psychological impact of these events also drew attention. Social psychologist Dr. Han Min-ji explained, "The emotional bond between artists and their fans, in the case of BTS, is so strong it resembles what is termed a high-level parasocial relationship. When the artist experiences disappointment or departure, the fans experience a real sense of loss, much like losing a close friend." In this context, Jungkook's emotionally charged statement, "I'm disappointed, but I will continue to make music for you, not for awards," became a kind of emotional resistance declaration that empowered ARMYs around the world. This stance created a sentiment of solidarity even stronger than before. The combination of frustration over injustice in the music industry and sorrow over Taehyung's farewell has sparked a wave of global solidarity movements. Tribute projects, charity donations in BTS's name, and digital campaigns to elevate their work without relying on institutional recognition have sprung up across various countries. Ultimately, these two events reaffirm a crucial reality. BTS, both as a group and as individuals, have become more than just musical icons. They are symbols of resistance, hope, and a global community demanding the world to listen to voices long marginalized. Amid all the disappointment and loss, one thing remains certain. The story of BTS, Jungkook, and Taehyung is far from over. The question now is, After this storm passes, will the world finally open its eyes? However, in addressing this major event, a fundamental question must be raised. Does everything we hear and witness truly reflect objective reality? Or is there a possibility that part of this narrative has been shaped, manipulated, or even engineered to capture global media and public attention? In a world where information moves rapidly, with news spreading in mere seconds through platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and various other online media, it is undeniable that verifying the truth of news becomes a serious challenge. Did Jungkook's emotional statements and Taehyung's farewell truly occur as we understand them? Or is there an element of dramatization deliberately emphasized to provoke a maximum emotional response from the public? We must ask, is it possible that the entertainment industry, including artists and their agencies, leverage moments like this to strengthen fan engagement, build emotional imagery, and simultaneously maintain their relevance amidst the intense competition of the global industry? Or rather, are these moments a sincere reflection of systemic failure and injustice they have long experienced? Amidst the euphoria of support and mass sadness, it is crucial for us to maintain a critical distance. Who benefits from this narrative? How is this information produced, disseminated, and consumed? Are we, as the audience, merely part of an emotional consumption cycle without truly understanding the broader context? It is important to remember that much of the information circulating regarding Jungkook's reaction and Taehyung's farewell originates from highly dynamic social media sources, where the lines between fact, opinion, personal interpretation, and fabrication often blur. Therefore, although this article is compiled based on various circulating reports, including short videos, interview snippets, personal uploads, and media analysis, the truth of this material still requires further verification. Therefore, we invite all of you, esteemed readers, not to simply accept this information passively. Ask yourself, how valid are the sources of information I consume? Have I sought more than one perspective? Have I distinguished between fact and the emotional narratives being constructed? Remember that in the digital information era, the ability to think critically, skeptically, and reflectively is not only important, but absolutely necessary. Do not let mere emotion direct our interpretation of an event. Nor should we become victims of potential media manipulation that, consciously or unconsciously, pursues attention over accuracy. Do you truly believe that Jungkook's disappointment and Taehyung's farewell are entirely authentic, without any hidden interests? Or do you see the possibility that a hidden scenario is being played out? Let us discuss, question, and continuously test every narrative we encounter. Because only through critical thinking and full awareness can we become audiences that are not just emotional but rational. Thank you.